What's up, Ravens fans? It's the time of the week where we get to hear from you guys. It's our Ravens mailbag segment, and as you probably guessed, Ryan, lots of questions this week. The Ravens have dropped 2 straight games, both at home, made a change at offensive coordinator, also dealing with some injury issues. So let's start with the injuries. Our first question today is from Devin Johnson, and Devin wants to know, if C.J. Mosley cannot play this week, will Kamalei Correa start in the middle next to Zachary Orr?
Well, I think that C.J. Mosley is probably going to play just because that's the kind of guy that he is. He's a gamer. But if he is not able to suit up, no, I think the guy stepping in there is Albert McClellan. He's an experienced linebacker who's played inside, played outside. That's really what the Ravens like about him. He's very versatile. He's got a lot more experience right now than KC. So I expect Albert McClellan, and then probably Matthew Judon gets more snaps on the outside to fill in for Albert.
You know, it's interesting. I can see Correa get some more snaps, though. He was inactive last week, and I think that they also like Albert McClellan being outside, particularly on those early downs. You know, first and second down, the running downs. That's where he's best.
Yeah.
So in those situations, then maybe you have Correa move in there.
I just don't know that Correa's shown enough even as a backup to warrant putting him in as a starter. And it's such a key role. I mean, CJ really dictates that defense, and now that would be shared more, and Eric Weddle will probably take over more of that. But that linebacker spot is the heart of the Ravens defense. I'm not sure if they're ready to turn that over right now to KC.
And in terms of play calling, Zachary Orr took over the play calling duties last week when C.J. Mosley went out. Right. I'd expect that to continue. So the next question deals with the guy that you just brought up, Matthew Judon. Jason wants to know, Matt Judon appears to be the best pure outside rusher on the team. You know, Suggs and Dumerville are older, coming off the injuries. So why was Judon inactive the last 2 weeks, and will he see more snaps going forward? Well, Ryan obviously thinks he will see more snaps going forward. Here's the thing. When you're a young player and you're not a starter, you need to make an impact on special teams. And that's where Matthew Judon is right now. You know, Terrell Suggs talked to him about that on the sideline before the game against the Raiders. Said, hey man, you need to go to Jerry Rossberg if you want to be active on game day. And we could use you here. We like you as an outside pass rusher. But if
he's one of his guys.
Yeah, you're one of my guys. But if you're going to be active on game day, you need to make an impact on special teams. And so that's the case with all of these young players. And the Ravens are looking for playmakers on special teams. That's been an area where they've struggled the last couple of weeks, uncharacteristic of this team. So they're looking for people to step up on special teams. And if Judon does that, he'll be active on game days.
You would think he'd be a good special teams player. I mean, here's a guy who's quick, he can get the player, and he can hit. So I think that he has a chance there to make an impact. Our last question comes from Jamie Elburn, and Jamie asks, under new offensive coordinator Marty Morningweg, will Joe Flacco have more freedom at the line of scrimmage? I think Joe Flacco is going to have just as much influence at the line of scrimmage as he did before. I mean, it's not like when Gary Kubiak was here and it was really Gary's offense. Gary ran the show and you were going to run whatever play Gary called. I think under Mark Trestman, Joe Flacco had a pretty big voice in this offense and was free to change the play at the line of scrimmage. I expect that to continue under Marty Morningweg, who really has been Joe's quarterback's coach since last season. Those two have worked hand in hand, and I think they have a good feel for what they do and a good trust out there on the field.
All right, so that does it for this week's Ravens Mailbag. But as always, we got some really good questions this week, and send them in every single week. Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. We want to use Snapchat. Send in those questions on Snapchat as well. So thanks for watching today, and have a great rest of your day.